Hey folks, it's a cold morning up here in New Hampshire. We're getting ready to review a very cool gun. This is a Glock 23, a Gen 4 version, which has had the slide milled out to accept the Trijicon RMR 3.5 MOA. The gun also has the Surefire X300. So this is really tacked out. It's set up and belongs to a good friend of mine, Ron. So shout out to Ron for allowing us to shoot his gun today. We're going to put it through the paces. I'm a fan of red dots. I'm sort of on the bandwagon right now. I think they really make a lot of sense for a combat handgun. And this one is certainly set up and good to go. So we're going to start shooting it right now, put it through its paces. One really nice thing that the gunsmith, Brad Gaudette of bggunworks.com did here is he's got tritium suppressor sights with this gun. So you've got a co-witnessing of the sights, but you've also got these sights that are night sights and will work and really stand out at night. So you're really good to go pretty much for any type of conditions where you might have to use this type of handgun for self-defense. Okay, we're 5 yards from our target here, and I'm just going to work some accuracy. One ragged hole, about 1 inch. So what I'm finding is with these red dot guns, as soon as the dot is back where you want it, you're able to press the shot regardless of where your front sight is. So ideally we want to work front and rear sight and have that sight alignment. However, when you're able to just come out there, identify that red dot, press a shot, no problem whatsoever. So we've got a target down there at 7 yards. And again, we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to come out, we're going to find our red dot, press a shot. So I'm having no problem whatsoever getting combat effective hits. We've got, and you'll see the target out there, face shots. And to the left of where I was just shooting on this target is a 1 inch square. We're going to use that as our aiming point. So, man, I'm telling you, from an accuracy standpoint, this gun is certainly dialed right in there. So now what we're going to do is do some presentations from holster, again, combat style shooting, getting the gun out, firing 2 or 3 rounds, just letting you guys see that. I'm really liking this setup here. One thing about the light on the front of the gun is it adds a little bit of weight, which mitigates the muzzle flip of the gun, which obviously is an advantage. Now, there's controversy about having a light on the front of your gun. If you have to point that light in the direction of something to identify it, you're pointing a gun at something you may or may not want to shoot. So I think they're definitely valuable, but it is something to consider if you're saying, I want to put a light on the end of my gun. Let's shoot some more. Okay, so now what we're going to do is run some presentations from the holster, and we're just going to work, center mass, upper chest area, not going really fast, just going reasonably, at a reasonable speed, because I don't know this gun totally, and I want to make sure I'm able to get hits. And it's really not a problem with the red dot, I'll tell you. as soon as I can see the red dot coming back into that center mass area, I can make that hit. Really great. I mean, it is so easy, it's almost sinful. Okay, we're going to try the same thing now with presentations, and we're just taking headshots with presentation. So the presentation is going to be up, look, face. And that red dot is making all the difference, especially with my old eyes. I can come up. Now there is a training curve that you go through when you're transitioning to a red dot optic. You really have to still hunt the front sight, and because there's this hood over the optic itself, right, there's a lot going on, which is somewhat of a distraction. And what I find is when I'm first shooting a new gun like this with a red dot, is it's really slowing my presentation down, my shot down, because I'm trying to identify what's going on. It's just a lot of stuff. But once you can see that red dot, you can press that shot. All day long, not a problem. The red dot is, in my mind, really sort of the evolution of, combat handgun equipment. We've had it on the AR now for a long time, and it's pretty much standard on most ARs for people who use ARs for combat or defensive shooting. And now we're starting to see that transition to sidearms. And in this case, this Glock 23 Gen 4 with this red dot is really sweet. Okay, so we have our steel out there at about 10 yards, and we're just going to run some rounds. It's really quite easy. It's a little faster just because I don't have to find and align my front and rear sight. All I'm looking for is that red dot. Once the red dot is on there, I'm just pressing the trigger straight back. So able to get, good combat effective hits fairly quickly because we're using some technology. So am I cheating using this technology? Absolutely not. Whatever allows you to get hits on target accurately and effectively is the way to go. All right, folks, so down there 20 yards, we have our steel gong. We're just going to shoot this with the Glock 23. I'm going to shoot as fast as I can get hits. I missed a couple there, shooting a little faster than I could manage the trigger, but you can see no problem whatsoever. If we did that again, I would actually crank the aperture up a bit. I'm shooting at about a 3 or a 4 in terms of the light setting. If I crank the brightness of that light up, it would be better at that distance, at this distance, to be able to get those hits faster, because I'm going for a gross space versus then a precision shot. So the advantage of cranking that intensity up on the brightness of this type of a red dot would actually be an advantage if I were trying to just get a gross area covered with shots. Okay, so I've got a paper target up at about 14-15 yards downrange. And in that paper target is a circle area, and we're going to be aiming into that. And again, we're just going to work some accuracy. And I think we're going to see that using the red dot allows you to be a little more precise with your shot placement. So is it, you know, perfect accuracy? No, it's not. But we've got everything in about a 4-inch area out there, maybe one flyer that's outside of that, but everything is pretty much locked in. And this is, again, from a precision standpoint, another advantage of the red dot optic. So as you can see from our paper target that we've been shooting today, exceptional performance with this Glock. Everything's right in here within this area. All of our headshots are right in there where we want them. We did some distance, 15-yard accuracy, offhanded up here. Overall, good stuff. Well, folks, that's it. That's a quick review of the Gen 4 Glock 23 in .40 Smith & Wesson. In this case, this gun has been modified by the gunsmith Brad Gaudette of BG Gunworks. So we have a milled out slide here, a tritium suppressor sights installed, along with the Trijicon RMR and the Surefire X300. All in all, an excellent package. If you like this video or any of the videos that we produce, click the thumbs up icon, share it with your friends and family. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, stay safe.